daily forecast stuff. I mean, I don't think you would be here if you weren't, right? But that's not the point. The point is, 2020 could be just as exciting, if not more so, than 2021 has been. And we can only hope that will be for all the right reasons. Let's talk about your transits. Let's talk about every planet that's going to be moving through your sign in the year 2021, starting with the moon. Now, the moon moves through everybody's sign quite a bit over the course of the year, so I'm just going to talk about the new moon and the full moon. Your new moon is going to be on March 13th, and the full moon is going to be September 20th. Now, Neptune has been in your sign all of 2020, and it's going to continue to be in your sign throughout 2021. It is going to be retrograde from June 25th through December 1st. So a nice long retrograde, but Neptune is native to your sign, so no worries there. Shouldn't be any more stressful or difficult than any of this year has been. Ceres is going to be in your sign from January 1st through February 21st. And Ceres is about your physical relationships to the world around you. It's a very tactile sort of a transit, and can also deal with any abuse that you have been through as well. Then Venus is going to come through right after Ceres, so that's kind of a nice transition into Venus. February 26th through March 21st is when Venus will be in your sign. Mercury is going to be in your sign from March 16th until April 19th. So, Venus and Mercury just doing their normal thing. Love, communication. And Jupiter's doing some exciting things this year. Jupiter is coming into your sign on May 14th, and will be in your sign through July 28th. And it goes retrograde on June 20th. And then it's going to move back into Aquarius. And then that retrograde is going to end on October 18th. But it's not going to move back into your sign in 2021. It'll be like maybe next year. But Jupiter is all about expansion, wealth, anything to do with elevating yourself. So you'll get a window of that, a taste, this year. And finally, Pallas, born from Jupiter's skull, no less. But that transit is going to occur March 8th through the end of 2021, and the retrograde will be July 14th through November 7th, so there will be a short window of overlap there. And Pallas is all about left brain thinking, logical thinking. So applying that energy, which is actually, Pisces is more like an open-minded, right brain sort of an energy. So this might be a good opportunity for you to exercise your math muscles and work on wealth expansion. not sure why, but a lot of the time when I'm getting ready to do the Pisces tarot readings, I start thinking of that Chris Isaak song, Wicked Game. I don't know how many of you are familiar with that song. It's kind of old now. It was very popular when I was like in my early teenage years, I think. But it's still quite a jam. I recommend listening to it if you aren't already. Let's look at January for you Pisces. By the way, I looked it up and he is Gemini Cancer cusp. Just in case you were curious. I was like, if Chris Isaak is a Pisces, I'm just gonna end myself right here. So the first card that we have coming out in January is Mercury retrograde. Yes, the much maligned Mercury retrograde. Much maligned, much maligned. Mercury retrograde gets a bad reputation because anytime someone needs to reevaluate how they're operating their supply chain, everyone who does business with them is affected. Every time somebody is in need of some slight correction in their modes of communication, everyone who interacts with them is affected. So that's why Mercury retrograde gets a bad reputation, but really it's just a reevaluation of things and a reinvention. So let's look at what you're going to be reinventing in January. We've got the Magician card coming out. Definitely a fitting energy for that. The Magician is about manifesting the future that you desire, your own creative spark, bringing that into fruition. We have the Prince of Pentacles coming out. This could be an earth sign you're working with, possibly a Taurus. Doesn't have to be a man. Prince of Pentacles in the Cosmic Tarot deck is fire of earth. So the creative spark of fire, but also very grounded. We have the Star. This is Aquarius's card, so there could be an Aquarius involved too, or these could be aspects of yourself. The Star card is also about reaching stardom, achieving goals and dreams. The Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment card, but the Star is more about having achieved a goal. The Four of Wands is about having a roof over your head and plenty of food. And it is about security in those things as well, and can also be about a marriage. We have the Devil here, and this could be about overcoming things in your life which previously had controlled you. And then finally we have the Five of Cups in the reverse. Now this could be about a future disappointment because it's coming to us at the end of that month, but it could also be about a past disappointment. And again, it's a disappointment, but it wasn't a world-crushing or world-ending thing. Let's look at February. We have Cancer coming out. I feel Cancer is very concerned with the emotional states of the people around them, and is also fourth house energy of home life. We have the Four of Pentacles coming out here. This man in this white suit is an insurance salesman. Probably life insurance, because we see the vase behind him, which is kind of like an urn, and then this woman who's speaking to him looks kind of distraught. But it's mostly about hedging your bets for the future and holding onto your resources. We have the Ten of Swords coming out here. That's going to be some kind of ending for you, Pisces. Princess of Cups. Now, the Princess of Cups, other than being the very beautiful and talented Greta Garbo in this deck, could be your energy, Pisces, but also has to do with a offering coming to you, an offering of either romantic or business nature. We have the Sun here, and that is in the upright. I see, even though there's a Ten of Swords upright here, I think that something is ending that possibly needs to end, and because you are prepared for it, you're ready for the next thing that comes into you. We have the Nine of Wands here. Now that is about defending a position, guarding the gates, so to speak. And here again we have this Knight of Pentacles energy. Just like the Prince of Pentacles, this is Fire of Earth energy, and it is a swift movement regarding money possibly coming into you. But it could also be that same Prince of Pentacles from January, or they could both mean money coming to you quickly. Let's look now at March. Some of you will be having your birthdays in late February, and some of you will be having your birthdays in March. You have the card of the 8th house. Now, if you have a sun or moon placement in Pisces, it's possible that your 8th house is in Pisces or in Aries. The 8th house is about the restart button on a cycle. It's the point at which an ending becomes a beginning. It's the bardo, so to speak. We have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. This card could be about the eventual financial stability that you desire coming to you in the future. It could be about the end of a cycle. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse here with endings and beginnings. 9 is the end of a cycle. 3, 4, 9, and 10 are all endings to cycles and beginnings to new cycles. We have the Fool in the reverse here. Either you should know better about something, or you're going into a situation with which you have a lot of previous experience. We have the Two of Cups in the reverse. This could be about the end of a relationship or the beginning of a new relationship. The Nine of Cups, that's wish fulfillment, baby. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. You know, the rain's finally coming to water the fields. And as a result, the Four of Cups, we have a lot of options opening up to you, but not like Seven of Cups level of options, just a few. And then finally here we have the Judgment card in the reverse. This could mean that you've already passed through a trial, but it could mean that there's a test impending in the future. Whereas Justice is all about legal cases, Judgment is about your character being judged. The stuff of which you are made. missing for you at this time, something big. It can also be about being adrift and having a lack of direction during the month of April. Start moving backward if you're not careful. We have the Five of Cups in the reverse here, and we had the Five of Cups in the reverse back in January as well. And another thing that could speak to is losing something and thinking that you're going to be disappointed about it, and then you end up not being that disappointed that you missed out on something. We have the Ace of Swords in the reverse. This is all about taking effective action to change your own life. This is a change, a cataclysmic change affected from within rather than like a tower or a death moment where a change is affected from without. We have the Devil in the reverse. So this could be things about your life that control you, but when the Devil card is in the reverse, it can mean that you are allowing those things to take over your life rather than fighting against them and getting them under control. But this could also speak to this situation from back in January, because we had the Devil card and the Five of Chalices both come out in January as well, so that's probably linked to that same situation. We have the Four of Pentacles again with the insurance salesman and holding on to your resources this time now in April, whereas before that was back in February. So again, tied to that Devil and Chalices, Five of Chalices energy. Now we have the Eight of Chalices, and that can be about leaving a situation that is almost complete. Walking away from a directorial job when you're filming the very last scenes of the movie and it's about to go into post-production. And gosh almighty, if we don't have another Ace of Swords coming out for April, the Ace of Swords month, am I right? So, again, it just looks like you are fighting to make a lot of massive changes in your life in April. I don't necessarily see, like, an overwhelming need to do that, but I think it's this Five of Cups energy coupled with this Devil energy is something that is really affecting you. So while I was saying this Five of Cups energy might be a disappointment that ends up not really affecting you, it could be that rather than only a few of your cups spilling, as is here on the card, where you have 2 cups remaining, perhaps all of the cups end up spilling. And so that those energies coming together is pushing you to make massive changes in your life. Alright, let's move on to the month of May, the merry, merry month of May. May. Pisces in May, you'll be in your element, which is water. Sensing, feeling, touching. We have the Seven of Cups in the reverse, and this can be about feeling like you have a lack of options available to you. We have the High Priestess coming out in the reverse, and the High Priestess is very tied to the moon energy. In the reverse like this, it could be that you lack the information that you need to make the decisions that you need to make, or to make the actions you need to make. It's a lack of information, or it could be about secrets coming out as well, and then you would have the information you needed, unless they were your secrets and you wanted them to stay safe. We have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, which can be a turn of fortune away from your favor. this same Earth sign person that we've seen show up in January, we had the Prince of Pentacles coming out. And then in February, we had the Knight of Pentacles coming out. Now the Prince of Pentacles in the Initiatory Tarot of the Golden Dawn. Initiatory is more like the king of the tarot deck. So that energy is air of earth, which is also about movement, but it has removed the passion of the fire. So now we just have the objectivity. So you're looking at an objective movement toward money. We have the Queen of Swords here, and she is showing up in the reverse. So, does this Princess of Cups turn out to be a Queen of Swords in disguise? Probably not. But this Queen of Swords energy is a ruthless businesswoman. Again, not afraid to wield that sword. Could be somebody who's very unscrupulous in business practices and in personal matters. And we have the Two of Swords here. And again, like the Seven of Cups, that could be you feeling like you have a lack of options available to you. It could also be an option coming in, a choice between two things that's going to be happening in the future, because that is at the end of the month of May. The merry, merry month of May. Let's look now at June. We have Chiron, all about healing. And this could be about things that have occurred over the first part of the year, but the healing can also be about the parts of ourselves that we've had difficulty with over our lifetimes. We have this Queen of Cups in the reverse. And Pisces, this could be you in a period of self-doubt and wallowing in negative emotions. It could also be somebody else, but because it's the Queen of Cups, and Queen of Cups is usually Pisces, that's water energy, very fluid. I feel like you're gonna have a tendency to like wallow in self-pity during this time, which is not healing, okay? There's a difference. We do have the Nine of Wands coming back again, so being on the defensive, feeling defensive about things. We have the Six of Cups coming out, which is all about nostalgia and thinking about the past. Now, this could also be about something returning from the past to you, so that could be positive. We have the Ten of Cups too, which could be the ending of an emotional cycle, and it could be the positive ending to an emotional cycle. If this Princess of Cups represents another water sign in your life from back in February, the Queen of Cups here in June could represent that person leaving your life, and this could be about that. We have the Seven of Cups in the reverse, and again, this is about feeling like you don't have the options that you wish were available. And then finally here, at the end of month, we have Three of Swords, which is about intense interpersonal conflict, usually with a close partner, either a romantic or a business partner or a close friend. let's look here at July. Would I July to you? Would I July to you? And here we do have the energy of Uranus coming through. Uranus is going to be in Taurus all of 2021 as well. I feel like another sign got Uranus for July, but I don't quite remember which one. Could have even been Aquarius. Uranus is about iconoclastic ideas, new ideas, fresh ideas, unique things, concepts coming out. We have the Four of Cups in the reverse. Again, about that lack of options. You're really feeling this like you don't have anything open to you right now, which could just mean that you've got blinders on also. We have the Chariot in the reverse. This could be about a future victory. Because we have both Five of Pentacles coming out, right? And these are from two different decks, and you saw that I shuffled them separately and dealt them out separately, so it's not like they ended up right next to each other in the same deck. And that is about sour grapes and feeling left out in the cold. We have the Magician coming out here in July, working your magic again to manifest the future that you desire. Now, the last time we had the Magician come out, it was back here in January. So, it could be a cycle from January to July. January to July. And finally, we have the Eight of Swords coming out. And that's about feeling trapped, but in this case, it's about not feeling trapped. So perhaps even though you don't necessarily see a lot of options open to you, you do see a way forward. Let's look at August. August, the first card that comes out is the 7th house of partnerships. We have the Three of Wands coming out. That is something that you were waiting for arriving. We have the Moon in the reverse. This can be about treachery, and it can also be about a dangerous and narrow path that you will have to travel. We have the Emperor in reverse, and this can be somebody who is being harsh with you, overly strict, totalitarian. We have the Ace of Pentacles. This could be the pending beginning of a new cycle, because here we actually have the Nine of Pentacles in the upright, so that's signifying the end of one financial cycle, where back here in March we got the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So it's possible that your goal was then achieved here in the month of August. So March to August, look at that cycle of financial independence. And then that Ace of Pentacles coming out in the reverse means there's going to be a short gap until your new financial cycle begins. And again, we have the Queen of Cups coming out, and in the reverse. So this could be you wallowing in self-pity again, or it could be you, that's water of water energy. So it doesn't necessarily have to be wallowing in self-pity. It could also be an inability to make up your mind because you are too open to all of the options that are available. of your cards are showing up in detriment in your reading, Pisces. And I mean, if that was going to happen to any sign, I guess it would be expected for it to happen to Pisces, because you are mutable water energy. I think the reputation of Pisces is that it's easy to influence Pisces because they are very open-minded to others' points of view. And it might not necessarily be that you don't have a lot of options open to you. It just might be that your ideas about those options are too clouded by your openness to all of them. It could be something convoluted like that. So all of these things are important to bear in mind. Here in September we have the Grand Cross, the card of the Provoker, coming out. Now, what a Grand Cross is when you have two planetary placements in opposition, and then two other planetary placements in opposition, and it forms a cross on your natal chart. And that is somebody who is supposed to be a provoker. We have the Tower card coming out. I would say that's a provocation. So, some kind of catastrophic change. We do have the Three of Cups coming out now. This could be a polycule for some of you. It could also be a close-knit group of friends that you can rely upon in this time. It can also represent mastery over your emotional states, because remember, 3 is a completion. We have the Queen of Pentacles coming out here, and she's coming out in the reverse. So we had talked a bit about Queen of Pentacles is very similar to Nine of Pentacles energy. So we have kind of two different narratives going on as far as people involved in your monetary circles. We've got the Prince of Pentacles energy and the Knight of Pentacles energy kind of moving through, and then we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. So this could be talking about the end of that previous cycle, which would have happened in August. And it's possible that during the month of September, money is not where you would like for it to be when you need it. We have the Five of Swords coming out here. And I'm trying to see if that was in this. No. Okay, so the Five of Swords is a victory, but it's a victory at the cost of an alliance with someone. You can see, this guy does not have a lot of friends. So, a victory, but it costs you friendships. The Nine of Swords in the reverse, it's possible that you should be a little more concerned about losing those friends than you are showing. And we have the High Priestess coming out again here in the month of September. And remember that the High Priestess came out in reverse before in the month of May. So this could be secrets coming out, or it could also be a lack of information that you need to move forward. Let's look at October. We have Saturn, which is about truth. Saturn is also about maturity, concretion, establishment, construction. And we have the King of Swords coming out here. This is a idea energy, a logical thinker, air, of air energy, could be a Libra or another air sign. It could even be, I know we had some Aquarius energy back here in the beginning of the reading in January and February. We have the Ace of Wands in the reverse, and the Ace of Wands is a card about winning over people to your creative ideas in order to manifest them. And in this case, it's in the reverse. So it might be that you have a tough sell that you're trying to sell to people. We have the Strength card coming out in the reverse as well. And because the Strength card is Leo's card, that kind of ties these two energies together as fire energy, and not having because of course the Strength card is also about persuasion, and it is definitely, now I can see, about not having the persuasive power to win people over to your creative ideas. But this King of Swords showing up might be somebody who can be overly logical as well. So if these ideas seem like they are flights of fancy, this person might not be terribly open to them. But they do seem like an ally. They are here upright, not in the reverse. So let's keep going. Let's see what else is there. We have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. That's a lack of balance. The Six of Cups, more looking to the past, nostalgia. And we do have the Princess of Chalices coming out again, so another opportunity for an offering to be made to you. Let's look at November. Alright, so we just had Saturn in October, and now in November we have Saturn return. So some of you might be going through your Saturn return in 2021. That's when Saturn returns to your natal sign. And it's about maturity and reaching that age. That's why the 27 Club is all people that didn't quite reach their Saturn return or didn't survive their Saturn return. We have the King of Wands now showing up in the reverse. And I'm not sure yet if this King of Swords in the upright could be the same as the King of Wands in the reverse. I'm not thinking so, because the King of Wands in the reverse is a very harsh, inflammatory type of person. They can even be abusive. So if this person comes into your life, I would say that energy is closer to this Emperor in the reverse that we saw back here in August. So be careful about this person. We have the Sun in the reverse. That is future happiness. The Sun and the World card never mean anything bad in a reading, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not sure how other people read it, but as far as I'm concerned, if the Sun card or the World card is in the reverse, or the Nine of Cups, that just means that it hasn't happened yet. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen at all. If it weren't going to happen at all, you wouldn't even be able to see it. You would get another card like an Eight of Cups in the reverse, or there are other cards that would be more like that. A Five of Pentacles, those would be more like the kind of cards you would see if you were not going to have future happiness. So every time I see the Sun in the reverse or the World in the reverse, I read it as future happiness. We have the Ten of Pentacles coming out here too, so that can speak to the end of a financial cycle of some kind. The Princess of Swords coming out. This could be a new flurry of ideas for you. It could be an air sign person coming into your life. Princess of Swords is Earth of Air energy, so somebody who's very grounded, but also an idea person, someone with a lot of logic as well. And we have the Knight of Swords here. The Knight of Swords is a swift-moving, cutting energy, carrying things, in this case, out of your life. So it's very interesting that we have that Princess of Swords energy paired with the Knight of Swords in the reverse. And then the Strength card coming out again, but this time it's upright, so it's possible that you are starting to convince people of your way of thinking. I just wanted to think a moment on this swords energy that I'm seeing here. Knight of Swords is fire of air. So it's possible that there's a grounding that is occurring with the energies here in November that is preventing the fire aspects of the Knight of Swords to get out of hand. Yeah, let's keep reading and I'll see if I can tell you any more about that. Finally, we made it to December of 2021. Already, that only took like an hour or so. And here we have Gemini. I think Gemini also has a lot to do with duality. So if you have Gemini in your chart, look at where that is. If you don't have any celestial bodies in Gemini, look at where that house placement is. Ace of Cups in the reverse. This could be the pending new emotional cycle coming into your life. Or this could be talking about this Princess of Cups offering from October. It could be a reference to that. Maybe if you didn't make a decision already at the end of October, it's time to revisit that. We have the Hermit, and that is in the upright. That's Venus's card, but it's also about looking within. It's Virgo's card, not Venus. Sorry. That's about looking within yourself and affecting spiritual change from within. We have now the Prince of Wands coming out, which is less mature than the King of Wands. So this person who was showing up very strongly here in November, here in December, I feel like they have, they're less mature, but they're also less scary. And they're still in the reverse. This could be a fire sign person, but it could just be somebody who's kind of an abuser. And we have the Emperor again coming out in the reverse. So to me, like, these Emperors coming out in reverse is very tied to these wands. The King of Wands and the Prince of Wands coming out in the reverse. This person could be an Aries and they could be causing big problems for you. And we have the Seven of Wands, feeling like you're attacked on all sides. We also have the Princess of Wands coming out at the very end of the year. And I think that's a sign of you possibly fighting fire with fire. This Princess of Wands could be somebody who has an in with this other wand person. This person who's showing up as the Emperor in reverse and these masculine wands in reverse. This Princess of Wands could be somebody who's an ally who helps you to work to push back against that person. Thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you for watching. 1,000 subscribers, I'm giving away 3 free readings. So if that hasn't happened yet, please do feel free to fill out the form and in the link in the description. I'm using a Google Doc form. That way you don't have to put your personal information in the comments section of the YouTube video. It can be kind of like the wild, wild west out there. I do try to vet my comments pretty harshly, actually, but in this case, I felt like it would be a good way to then also collect the information I would be already asking you, like natal stuff to put together your natal chart. So, also, if you enjoyed the video, please like, share, subscribe, and if you have friends that you think would get something out of it, please feel free to pass it along to them. Thank you again. I know that 2020 has been kind of a rough year for a lot of us, but when things need to change, they will. And as much as it is tempting to write off 2020 as one of the craziest years of all time, it's important not to blind ourselves to the potential insanity that 2021 could bring. I really do deeply care about all of you, and I really do wish you the best. So please, enjoy the good vibes when you can, and I will see you again